Welcome, everyone, to the Restless Real Estate Podcast. Today, we have our first special guest on the show.
I'm so excited.
You know me. I'm Tyler, and...
I'm Christine.
But today, live via Zoom from Fayetteville, North Carolina, we have...
Edric Williams. Hello, everyone. Hey, Tyler. Hey, Christine.
Thank you so much for joining us. We are really excited to have you today.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
Morning, but we're gonna have a little bit more fun. I have here 10 questions for Edric that we are going to go over, and you're going to get to know him a little bit better, and we might answer a couple of these or kind of interject in. You already know too much about us. So.
Well, before you can ask your questions, we have to tell the listeners in the audience that I have not seen these questions, so
that's true. That's true.
This will be fun.
It will, but I'm going to hold off on getting you to fully introduce yourself because some of these questions will allow you to do that.
Okay.
So we're going to get started from the beginning. Number one. Edric, what did you do before real estate, or has this always been your career?
This has always been my career, actually. Prior to real estate, I was in the National Guard. I went to, I had a deployment, and prior to that, I was in high school basic training. So I got a real estate when I was 20, yeah.
So what did you do in the National Guard?
I'm actually still in the National Guard.
Cool.
I served as a military police platoon sergeant. So I basically herd cats around, 40 boys and girls.
So it's just like real estate.
It's wonderful. It's great training. Absolutely.
Awesome. That's really cool. How do you feel like that prepared you for real estate?
I think the discipline, because, in real estate, there's no one to force you to show up. There's no one to force you to do things that you have to do to continue to get business. And so being able to use my military background helped me, without any issue, get up every morning very early and prepare for my day and return phone calls and, go that extra mile to make my clients happy. So I didn't know it at the time, but then I looked back and said, I'm glad I got that training.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point. And also, do you feel like it helped you prepare as a leader? Because you're a team leader now.
Mm-hmm. It definitely has. And, I think leaders are born. They're not created. I think they're born, but they can be further enhanced with the proper training. And it's funny because my t-shirt says, never follow, always lead.
I love it. I love it.
But yeah, I think leadership is it's a natural trait. Of course, you can be trained to be a good leader, but I think when you're a natural leader, it resonates and you get that followership, and you're able to even better develop other leaders, because that's what a great leader is, someone who can create more leaders.
I agree. What a great thing to say.
That was the first question.
I mean, wow.
Wow.
Edric's on fire.
I know, we need a plaque somewhere.
We do. We need to just interject fire all around him. Okay.
All right. Question number 2, a non-real estate related question. What did you want to be when you grew up?
Ooh, you'll love this one.
I can't wait.
There are a few things. So number one, before I went into real estate, so this is probably the most serious, I wanted to be a police officer. I've always had an affinity for law enforcement. I wanted to either be a city officer or even more North Carolina State Highway Patrol officer. I just think their uniform and those freaking campaign hats, just awesome. So I've also had a little bit of experience and actually really looked at pursuing funeral service. I actually wanted to pursue becoming a funeral service director. And I actually took some classes on it, and I realized one day, actually, this is way back before my adult years. I actually worked part-time in a funeral home.
Oh, wow.
We had a really tough case. It was a child. Oh. And I said, I can't imagine one day having kids and having to deal with this, without becoming an alcoholic or something.
Right. That would be tough.
Absolutely. But it's funny because I don't have any family in real estate. I don't know anyone in real estate. My only childhood memories about real estate was my parents buying a house and meeting the real estate agent from Remax, I believe it was, which is crazy that I remember that because that was over 20 years ago. But it'll probably boil into another one of your questions about brand awareness, because I bought a Remax some 20 years later, and I think that probably had something to do with that. I bought into that brand awareness, which we all know the industry is changing, and brand awareness isn't as important as social awareness, personal awareness. So it's funny. That's just a revelation that just popped up in my head.
That is really interesting. My daughter has a phone, which obviously I monitor very closely. And the other day she was asking me to download a game, and the game was like a brand. It would pop up a brand, and then you would answer, "What is this brand?"
Yep.
And I was like, "This is really interesting," on behalf of, because she knew so many of them. She knew McDonald's, and I don't think she's ever eaten at a McDonald's ever, but she knew the brands, whether or not they were relevant to our particular life, which was insane.
I mean, iconography in America is huge.
It is.
Everything has an icon, and your logo is sick, by the way.
It is. It's so good.
The colors and everything of
so
that logo.
Good.
It's awesome. I was looking at it the other day, and I'm like, it's
beautiful.
This is perfect.
There it is. I was going to wear it.
There it is. I love it.
Look at that. Seriously, look at
Can we get one of those hats? Oh, we should have one. We should already have one. Edric, why didn't you send us a hat for this?
I'll have one for you. Hopefully, I get to see you guys when we do our launch.
No, not yet.
Oh,
well, we're going to save that for later. We're going to say we've got a big announcement, but we're going to save it.
Oh, yes.
Stay tuned.
So, right, what you said, the follow-up question, how did you get started in real estate?
Yeah. So the interesting part for me is that, again, I had no interest in going in real estate, I didn't think I did. But while I was waiting to come out of the military full time and go into law enforcement, go to training, training was 6 months away. So in the interim, I said, this lady sold me this house a year ago, and she told me if I was ever interested, she'd take me on. It was an independent office. So I went and got my license in my free time, and I called her and I said, you said you would help me. And lo and behold, I went and started working for her. She trained me. And my first year in real estate, get this, 20 years old, I make over 6 figures. And I think I have hit the jackpot. Now, mind you, this was a great year. I thought it was all me, but it was just a great year in real estate. And so it really stuck with me that year. And that was almost 16 years ago.
Wow.
What was...
So you went through the whole 2008.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I got licensed in late 2004 and got active about 2005.
So for all of you out there that I've run into and said, you are amazingly talented, if you ever get into real estate, call me.
It's true.
This is what happens. It takes a personality, and you can really sometimes recognize that personality ahead of time.
I say this all the time to the people that I work with. People love a personality. Getting on camera, doing stuff like this, I hope no one's listening to the show and being like, I hate every second of this. This is fun.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
I'm having fun.
We'll change the channel. That's what we say. We're not for everyone. We're for the people. We're for our village, and that's okay. But we still love you all.
Exactly.
All right, another fun question. What was the make and model of your first car?
Ooh.
Oh, great. So my make and model of my first car was a 1990 Honda Civic. It was a manual transmission.
I can't do manual.
Three of the 4 windows that were automatic did not work. So I had to push my hands, push the windows up and down, and my defrost didn't work. So my A driver, if you will, my counterpart would have to wipe the windshield, the fog off the screen outside. But
did you buy it yourself?
I actually, I wish I could say yes. I did not. And the reason I did not is because it wasn't because I didn't want to, but it was because my stepmother, I love her so much. She found the car when the guy was getting the oil change, and she said, hey, if I give you this down payment, will you allow my stepson to make car payments? And she did, and it worked. And I was able to make car payments so that I did not spend all my savings. And she said, this is our gift, your father and I, this is our gift to you.
Aww,
we're proud of you. And I got to keep my money in the bank in my savings account. So yeah, it was awesome.
That is
amazing.
Awesome.
That's good parenting. Shout out to your stepmom.
All right. Going back to brand awareness, back into the real estate category, what drew you to EXP?
I think initially what drew me to EXP was that they were, we hear these terms in the industry about disruption and value proposition and all of those things.
Mm-hmm. You hear that in so many industries and you're just like, of course, everybody wants to do that. It's the same thing. It's blah, 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 blah.
Right. I call it noise is what I call it. Because I say what you're doing is working, then keep going with it. But one thing I was missing being an independent is I could not scale at the level that I wanted to in the time frame that I wanted to. I'm a little ADHD, so I want to get into 10-year status tomorrow, and we just weren't set up for that. And the main thing for me was I've been researching for about a year and a half group healthcare for agents, and agents are 1099 self-employed, so there's no affordable group plans for the real estate. And I kept, I think I ran into somebody and said, "Oh, we got that." They said, "We got that," and I was like, "Okay, now I'm listening." Now, mind you, I've heard about EXP since day one, but I didn't, and no one ever really took it seriously. And it wasn't until a few months ago I was like, "Okay, they're on to something. Let me follow this and see where this is going."
I really like hearing that because, it's so important as, when we're growing our businesses, when you have the conversation, and I think, a lot of people hearing about EXP right now, they don't understand, they kind of throw up a block right away, but you touched on something very important, which is the scalability for drivers in this industry. We have some rainmakers in this industry that their drive is so intense and so profound that no matter where they're at, they're just not able to scale at the level that they want to. And I love that about this model is that there's no boundaries for growth.
Yeah. And you don't have to, I told someone, I felt like as much as I love being a part of Remax and owning a Remax, I felt like I was in a partnership that I didn't necessarily agree on. And I don't feel that way. I don't think EXP is that way. To me, it's not about the newest, bright, shiny thing. There's nothing sexy about the concept, to be honest with you. It just makes sense. And so you can't argue with that. And you don't have to sell something that makes sense. And that's what really resonated with me. There is no other brand, there is no other company that allows so much flexibility and so much ownership with the agent, not just me as a broker owner, but the agents that would be with me. There's no company that allows us to have ownership of our brand's sake, our namesake, and be able and actually encourage that and support that.
Yeah, I love hearing that, and it's so good to hear it from other people, and like you said, it's not the new shiny thing. It's been around for a long time. It's just, I think, more and more people are hearing from it around them, because we're number 1 or number 2 in Raleigh, number 1 in Charlotte now, and we're taking a lot of large markets, soon to be number 1 in Fayetteville.
Yes.
There you go.
What are you talking about?
So, as you have seen from the other 2 episodes of the Restless Real Estate podcast that are out, we like food.
We do love food.
We love food.
We love our food.
For you.
I love both of y'all, man. Because
Yay!
Perfect. All right. So question for you. Boneless wings or bone-in wings?
Ooh.
Oh, my God. That's an easy one. Bone in.
There he is. We love him.
It's
boneless. That's not a real food.
Are you one of those
That's
people?
a chicken nugget.
I was going to say, are you boneless wings or chicken nuggets? There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, piggybacking off of that. Now, this is contentious because I have very strong feelings on this one. Ranch or blue cheese for wings?
Ooh.
There is no correct answer.
There's a right answer?
There's a right answer for me.
For him.
It's ranch for me.
Oh!
Yes, perfect.
Brava. We love you.
It's the only
We're
way.
just going to come park in... Ooh.
Okay, changing tides a little bit. We don't have to spend too much time on this one. I just wanted to hear kind of a brief overview. How has the Fayetteville market responded to COVID this year?
We're a big we're a big military town. So there have been some regulations, if you will, that most of our residents have had to abide by law, above and beyond what the state mandates. So, active duty personnel can't travel. Relocations, they call it PCS moves, have been stalled. So people are stuck. I think other than that, in general, the regular population is no different than any other major city or town in the state. People are remaining cautious, but they're still out and about and they're wearing their face mask and trying to enjoy life as best they can.
What do you think the average days on market for listing in the 250 to 350?
Think about that, but don't answer it yet because that might be a rapid fire question for later.
Okay.
Wah, wah.
Okay.
I'm very good at questions.
Well, you might need to readdress it. What's my average days on market?
That's also part of it.
I really like you, Edric.
This is
More
amazing.
and more. I'm just like, I love this guy.
All right. Bouncing off of talking about local places, where is the best place to eat in Fayetteville?
Ooh, man, that's a hard one. That really. So my office is downtown, and I like convenience. So one of my favorite places is a little spot called Blue Moon Cafe. Blue Moon, yeah, it's small business. I know both the owners, two great guys, and their menu is fabulous. And I think I'm European, or I don't know, wherever they drink beer every day for lunch, because every day I start my lunch off with a golden monkey. If you haven't had one, you got to try it, but only have one.
Only have one. Okay. What
like
sort of food do they serve?
So a lot of taco type meals. My favorite things on the menu are their pork nachos, and I love their. They have right now a seasonal peach salad with lox, and it is
Interesting.
to die for. Yeah, but I have a lot of other favorites. So I mean, but that is my go-to. In fact, that's where I'm going to lunch today.
Okay.
Yay!
We've convinced you.
Send us a picture.
Yes, that would be awesome. Email us a picture of how that was. All right, this is a fun one. I'm very interested to see your question for this, or your answer for this, rather. Where do you see Bold Realty in 5 years?
Ooh, good one.
Oh man, that is a good one. That's the first one you've asked that I really have to put some thought into. Where do I see Bold Realty in 5 years? I see Bold Realty definitely from a physical standpoint in multiple locations, both physically and agent-wise, and I think that's going to be possible.
That's good.
And I see Bold Realty becoming the model child, not even locally, but on a grander scale for other brokerages that are trying to figure out how to bring physical brokerage into 2020, virtual brokerage, and being able to support their agents and being the guinea pig for that in a successful way.
I like that. Bleeding edge. Anything bleeding edge.
Yeah.
I kind of got that. I mean, the man has a blue blazer. I mean, come on.
It looks so good. Blue. I mean, really, he does blue well.
It's very good. All right.
Or too much.
Question 10. Last of the full-length questions.
Bum, bum, bum.
Your favorite vacation spot.
Ooh.
A, in America. B, in the world.
Ooh.
Okay. Does Canada count as America? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, we might have to bleep that out.
I'm just kidding.
Fayetteville too. Is he crazy? Okay.
They're gonna be like, yeah, it's Fayetteville. No. My favorite vacation spot, continental, would be. You know what? Here's a good answer. Right where I'm sitting right now. I'm doing this interview from home. I bought a foreclosure about a year ago. It's a lake house. It's got an in-ground pool. It's shaped like an octagon, if you can't tell from my background.
Look at that.
I really want a tour now because I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah, it's probably not clean right now, but you probably can't see it.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
But it's amazing because when I get home, I just go and grill out and I look at the lake and I watch the kids swim in the pool and everyone has their own space. And we can invite people over.
Big goals. Those are big life goals, Edric. You are speaking to some people's hearts.
Yep.
This is my paradise. And that's what I said to a group of people the other day. I said, you got to find your paradise. And so many people spend their lives searching for what that paradise is, not realizing that they can create paradise for them and enjoy it every day. So
I have chill
That's
bumps.
got to be in.
Build a life you don't need a vacation from. Those are the goals, right?
Exactly.
And you did that. Like, can you teach us a class? Will you teach us?
But now sometimes because I live here with my family, I need a real vacation outside of the United States. And it's so, and I think one of my newest places, and I've been a few places at this point, but I just came back from, and I hope I pronounce it right, Puerto, Vallarta, Mexico, with a good friend. And when I tell you I had a great time, it was non-commercial. Everyone was friendly. And yes, I went to Mexico in the middle of the COVID pandemic. Came back, and they are actually more strict there than we are here, which really actually surprised me. But I really enjoyed the sights and just the fact that it's small town living and everyone was just so kind. And we had a wonderful condo that we were able to have an ocean view. So anything
what was your favorite part?
My favorite part? Oh, so we went on a four-wheel tour, went up a hill, stopped at the site where they filmed the movie The Predator.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's now a theme park. And
how cool.
And then we went zip lining through the area where they filmed that movie. And then we drove back down the hill and we stopped at a tequila manufacturing village, if you will, and got samples of tequila. I don't know if this was safe or not. And then we jumped back on our four-wheelers and went back.
It's Mexico. When in Mexico.
True.
Exactly. That experience was awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
That's
awesome.
Really cool. That sounds
so
awesome.
on the next episode, when we zip line with Edric through Mexico.
Yes.
After we take shots of tequila.
Absolutely. When in Mexico.
There you go. All right. Time for some rapid fires.
Ooh, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. You got to answer these quick. One word,
Okay.
let's say 5 words or less.
Okay.
All right. Favorite movie of all time?
The Sixth Sense.
Ooh, that's a good one. Price of an average house in Fayetteville?
$240.
All right. Your favorite band or musical artist?
Ooh.
Jill Scott.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, I can't wait to look it up.
You need to look it up. Your life will change. She's a storyteller from Baltimore. Okay. Yeah.
I'm all about that.
I love
all right.
learning
The question we were going to do earlier, the average days on the market in Fayetteville and your average days on the market.
I'm glad you asked that question. Well, we all know in our different markets, the market is just crazy right now. But the average, when things aren't crazy, days on market is about 160.
Okay.
My average at that time was about 48. Yeah. Right now, because we're experiencing a really hot market, the average days on market is probably closer to that 30-day mark, and mine is probably 2 minutes. But but we spend a lot of effort in making sure that we get our listings so as quickly as possible and at top dollar.
Awesome. Well,
I have one more.
Okay.
One more on each one. Real quick, the best thing about being a real estate agent.
Ooh.
And you can say the money if you want to.
Yeah, it's the famous answer. I love helping people and looking at houses. No. My favorite thing about real estate is the flexibility and the opportunity to meet new people every day and do something different every day. The money is just like a byproduct. It comes automatically.
It's a dynamic job.
It is.
All right, last question. Very last one, I promise. Who is your personal favorite icon? It can be a fashion, film, entrepreneur, music, real estate, whatever icon. But do you have an icon that you look up to? It doesn't even have to be real estate related, just in life in general.
You, Tyler.
I
Oh.
wouldn't have even written that question if I would have known that would have been.
Oh, it's you, Tyler.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Oprah Winfrey.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
That is a really good one.
Yeah, she's the it everything. She has shattered so many ceilings, and I got the opportunity to see her live about 6 months ago in Charlotte. And let me tell you something. I was heartbroken because I came up watching Oprah Winfrey, going home from school, watching Oprah. By the way, I'm a heterosexual male, married with 2 kids, and I love me some Oprah Winfrey. And when she announced she was retiring, I was like, I haven't made enough money to go to her show in Chicago. And I said, I lost that opportunity. Well, lo and behold, she does this tour, and it was sponsored by none other than Weight Watchers. So I was like, oh my God, we're going to get sold on this whole Weight Watchers. And I don't have any weight I can afford to lose right now. So I'm thinking, Oprah's going to show up for 3 minutes, and then she's going to get on her jet and go back home. And and we're going to all have seen it as a waste of time. But anyways, Oprah shows up at 9 o'clock on the stage, and she is the headliner all day till 3 o'clock. And she brought Leah Ali on stage and interviewed her. Amy Schumer, the comedian, was there, and it was just an awesome show. And it was inspiring and it was entertaining. And that's the thing that I like about her. It's not, awesome. It's not her celebrity. It's the fact that she's her authentic self, and she inspires a lot of other people to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Why the face, Christine?
Now Paul has to come here. Yep. Come on, Paul's on our podcast.
It's Edric.
What's
going on? Paul. It's Paul.
I heard somebody talking. How you doing, my man?
Good. How are you?
Oh, counting down the days. We're looking forward to it.
What?
Oh.
I'm not now that he's here.
We
can do it.
We got him on video. Good job, Edric. You did it. You did it.
It's all for Edric.
It's all for Edric. Look at this.
All right, there you go. Go ahead.
Okay, so we have got a big announcement
that we've already made like 3 times.
Okay, so but do you want to tell everybody?
Sure. So effective very soon, because I don't know when this is going to
This will come out on the 4th, so it will be right in between 2 very big dates. What are those very big dates?
Awesome. So by the time you see this, Bold Realty will have partnered with EXP in partnership with the Marty Hanson
So excited!
We're super excited to be able to collaborate and learn from some of the best in the state and be able to take our businesses to the next level together. So I'm overly excited about it, and I'm looking forward to having you guys come down. Marty's agreed to come down and share some of her secrets. If you don't know who Marty with an I is, you better Google her, because 25 plus years of real estate experience, one of the top selling agents, one of the top ranking RE/MAX owners, and she has recently switched over to EXP. So I'm excited to learn from her, both from a selling standpoint and taking our businesses to the next level and being able to do that. So thank you guys for the opportunity to really partner with you and have the access. You guys have been really helpful over the last few weeks, helping me figure some things out when it comes to marketing and that sort of thing. So thank you.
Absolutely. We're super excited. So we will be in Fayetteville on September the 8th.
We will.
We're going to have some training going on. We're going to have some food going on. And we're going to have a whole lot of celebrating going on. So we're hoping to see certain people there. I think we're sending out invites, and we're
there is limited seating because our office is only so big, and we have COVID to attend to. So when that invite goes out, you better accept it as soon as possible, because once we run out of room, we're out of room.
Right.
And Marty is she's not a traveling coach. She's too busy with her own business. So the fact that she's going to come down to Fayetteville and teach us how she's become as successful as she has is wonderful. And not only that, another partner of ours, can I talk about? Okay.
Please,
so
yes, absolutely.
Okay. So Tina Call from the Call Group is another strategic partner of ours out of Cary, who is also in the top 5 of agents in the Triangle area. She's going to come down and talk about the future of brokerage. So I'm really excited to get her feedback on where we are and where we're going as an industry, and how EXP is going to play a pivotal role in that. So September 8th, mark your calendars. If you see this before the invite goes out and you need an invite before we're not selling tickets, but before we run out of tickets, let me know and I'll try to get you one. It's going to be a hot sale, a hot day.
It's going to be awesome. We're so excited.
Everybody. There you go. That is the Restless Real Estate Podcast with Edric from Bold Realty.
Thank you so much, Edric. We appreciate your time, and we're so excited to come down and meet you and meet your team, and just get this rolling and be in business with you. We're really excited to be in business with you.
Yep.
So am I. Let's rock it, guys.
Awesome.
All right.
See
you guys next time.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Take care, guys.